2026 Missouri DMV Knowledge Test Class B Test 250 Questions and Complete Answers. Question 1. If you have more than one license, Option A, you likely won't be caught. Option B, you should not tell anyone. Option C, you may get caught through the state's shared computer network. The correct answer is option C. You may get caught through the state's shared computer network. Explanation. All states share driver information through a computerized database in order to prevent the issuance of multiple licenses to a single person. It is prohibited for a person to have more than one driver license. Question 2. Texting while driving is Option A, allowed if you are contacting your employer. Option B, allowed when driving on rural roads. Option C, not allowed. The correct answer is option C, not allowed. Explanation. Texting while driving is dangerous and is never permitted while operating a CMB. Question 3. When in heavy traffic, the safest driving speed is Option A, slower than the speed being driven by surrounding traffic. Option B, the same speed being driven by surrounding traffic. Option C, faster than the speed being driven by surrounding traffic. The correct answer is option B, the same speed being driven by surrounding traffic. Explanation. In heavy traffic, it is safest to travel at the same speed as other vehicles. If two vehicles continue to drive in the same direction at the same speed, they cannot hit each other. Question 4. If taking the driving test and the route does not include a railroad crossing, you, Option A, will not have to do anything related to a crossing. Option B, may have to explain how you would cross railroad tracks. Option C, will have to take the test again on a route that does include a railroad crossing. The correct answer is option B, may have to explain how you would cross railroad tracks. Explanation. If your on-road driving test route does not include a railroad crossing, you may be asked to explain and demonstrate the proper railroad crossing procedures to the examiner at a simulated location. Question 5. Which of the following is not an indicator of when to upshift? Option A, road speed. Option B, RPM. Option C, time. The correct answer is option C, time. Explanation. There are two indicators that determine when you need to shift into a higher gear. One indicator is the engine speed RPM. You should read your vehicle's manual to learn its RPM range and shift up when you reach the top of that range. The other indicator is road speed APH. You should learn which speeds each gear can accommodate. Then keep an eye on the speedometer and shift up as needed. Question 6. When starting an engine, oil pressure should come up to a normal level. Option A, within seconds. Option B, within 5 minutes. Option C, after about 3 minutes. The correct answer is option A, within seconds. Explanation. Look at your truck's gauges when starting the engine. The oil pressure in an engine should come up to a normal level within seconds of the vehicle's engine being started. Question 7. If making a tight turn, the operator of a CMV should Option A, be able to drive as fast as the driver of a car. Option B, not be concerned about speed but focus on the road. Option C, warn drivers behind by braking early and slowing gradually. The correct answer is option C, warn drivers behind by braking early and slowing gradually. Explanation. Drivers behind you may not anticipate how slowly your CMV must travel to safely make a right turn. You can help warn them in advance by braking early and slowing gradually. Question 8. Wheels with welding repairs are Option A, safe to be used if the repairs were done by a professional. Option B, safe to be used if the repair seems solid. Option C, not safe to be used. The correct answer is option C, Not safe to be used. Explanation. Wheels or rims that have had welding repairs are not safe for use. They should be replaced before the vehicle is taken on the road. Question 9 blank are the most likely to be affected by strong winds. Option A, light vehicles. Option B, heavy vehicles. Option C, vehicles with open windows. The correct answer is option A, light vehicles. Explanation. Strong winds can make it difficult for a driver to maintain control of their vehicle. Usually, this is especially true for drivers of lighter CMVs. Question 10. The only way to sober up after consuming alcohol is to: Option A, take a cold shower. Option B, exercise. Option C, wait. The correct answer is option C, wait. Explanation. Most alcohol is removed from the body by the liver, which processes alcohol at a fixed rate. Despite popular belief, techniques like drinking black coffee or taking a cold shower will not accelerate this process. The only thing you can do to become sober after drinking is allow your body the time it needs to eliminate the alcohol from your system. Question 11. When taking the on-road driving skills test, Option A, you do not have to take the test with the type of vehicle for which you want to be licensed. Option B, you must take the test with the type of vehicle for which you want to be licensed. Option C, it does not matter which type of vehicle you use to take the test. The correct answer is option B. You must take the test with the type of vehicle for which you want to be licensed. Explanation. CDL skills tests, including the on-road test, must be taken with the type of vehicle for which you want to be licensed. Question 12. Cargo inside a trailer. Option A, does not need to be secured. Option B, should be stacked no more than 3 feet high. Option C, should be secured to prevent movement. The correct answer is option C, should be secured to prevent movement. Explanation. Cargo inside a trailer must be secured appropriately to prevent it from shifting in transit. Question 13. Vehicle inspections are required. Option A, by most employers. Option B, to satisfy insurance requirements. Option C, by state and federal law. The correct answer is option C, by state and federal law. Explanation. Drivers are required under federal and state law to inspect their vehicles before every trip. Question 14 blank is an example of required emergency equipment. Option A, a spare electrical fuse. Option B, a loud horn. Option C, a battery-operated flashlight. The correct answer is option A, a spare electrical fuse. Explanation. All commercial motor vehicles are required to be equipped with the proper emergency equipment. This may include spare electrical fuses, 3 red reflective triangles, 6 fuses, or 3 liquid burning flares, and at least 1 properly charged and rated fire extinguisher. Question 15. To determine if a vehicle can handle a load, you should: Option A, know the vehicle's suspension rating. Option B, know the tire rating for the front tires only. Option C, start driving and see if the vehicle is handling well. The correct answer is option A, know the vehicle's suspension rating. Explanation. It is a driver's responsibility to make sure their vehicle is not overloaded. They must be aware of legal weight limits and the maximum weight that their vehicle is rated to carry, including the weight capacity rating of the suspension system. Question 16. When backing, you should: Option A, move quickly to get out of other drivers' ways. Option B, try not to use the mirrors. Option C, use a helper if possible. The correct answer is option C, use a helper if possible. Explanation. Driving in reverse is always dangerous because you cannot see everything behind your vehicle. Whenever possible, use a helper to monitor your blind spots. Question 17. Air tank drains should: Option A, not be used by the driver. Option B, only be used when it is wet outside. Option C, be used to drain the tanks completely. The correct answer is option C. Be used to drain the tanks completely. Explanation: compressed air in an air brake system usually contains a certain amount of water and compressor oil. The water and oil can damage the brakes if left to accumulate in the system. Manually operated air tank drains must be opened daily to remove this buildup. Question 18. When you must travel down a hill, when should you switch into a lower gear? Option A, as you begin to move downward. Option B, as you go downhill and pick up speed. Option C, before you start going downhill. The correct answer is option C, before you start going downhill. Explanation: you should always slow down and shift into a lower gear before starting down a hill. If you do not begin to drive down a hill at a low enough speed, you risk overusing your brakes, causing them to overheat and fade. Question 19. What does a vehicle inspection report do? Option A, tells the motor carrier about problems that may need fixing. Option B, ensures that the vehicle is inspected regularly. Option C, holds drivers accountable for inspecting the vehicle. The correct answer is option A, tells the motor carrier about problems that may need fixing. Explanation: drivers may be required to submit a written vehicle inspection report at the end of each day of driving. The motor carrier must repair any items in the report that affect safety and certify on the report that repairs were either made or unnecessary. Question 20. To use the controlled braking method, you should: Option A, lock your wheels while braking. Option B, apply your brakes as firmly as possible without locking the wheels. Option C, slightly tap the brakes. The correct answer is option B. Apply your brakes as firmly as possible without locking the wheels. Explanation: controlled braking is the method of applying a vehicle's brakes as hard as possible without locking the wheels. A driver should keep steering wheel movements very small if braking while using this method. Question 21. Aggressive driving is: Option A, operating a vehicle in a selfish or pushy manner. Option B, operating a vehicle with a strong regard for other motorists' safety. Option C, operating a vehicle in the left lane. The correct answer is option A, operating a vehicle in a selfish or pushy manner. Explanation: aggressive driving is the act of operating a motor vehicle in a selfish, bold, or pushy manner and without regard for the rights or safety of other road users. Question 22. When transporting cargo, drivers must check the securement of the cargo every: Option A, 10 miles. Option B, 150 miles. Option C, 500 miles. The correct answer is option B, 150 miles. Explanation: the securement of cargo must be checked before beginning a trip, within the first 50 miles of a trip, and then again every 3 hours or 150 miles thereafter. Question 23. How can you check for a leak in hydraulic brakes? Option A, pump the brake pedal 3 times, then hold down the pedal for 5 seconds. If the pedal moves, there may be a problem. Option B, push the brake pedal down as far as possible and release. If the brake pedal returns to its normal position, there may be a problem. Option C, push the brake pedal down as far as possible and release. If the brake squeaks, there may be a problem. The correct answer is option A. Pump the brake pedal 3 times, then hold down the pedal for 5 seconds. If the pedal moves, there may be a problem. Explanation: check hydraulic brakes by pumping the brake pedal 3 times before applying firm pressure to the pedal for 5 seconds. The pedal should not move. If it does, there may be a leak or some other problem in the braking system. Question 24 blank make up the emergency brake system. Option A, only parts of the parking brake system. Option B, only parts of the service brake system. Option C, parts of the parking and service brake systems. The correct answer is option C, parts of the parking and service brake systems. Explanation. In an air brake system, there are 3 different braking systems: a service brake system, a parking brake system, and an emergency brake system. The emergency brake system uses parts of both the parking and service brake systems. Question 25. ABS brakes. Option A, help you avoid wheel lockup. Option B, lock up your vehicle's wheels. Option C, prevent your vehicle from accelerating when going uphill. The correct answer is option A, help you avoid wheel lockup. Explanation. The purpose of an anti-lock braking system ABS is to prevent a vehicle's wheels from locking up when the driver brakes hard on a slippery surface. Question 26. When pulled over to the side of the road, you should: Option A, rely on your taillights to alert other motorists to your presence. Option B, not worry about other motorists. Option C, use your 4-way emergency flashers to alert other motorists to your presence. The correct answer is option C, use your 4-way emergency flashers to alert other motorists to your presence. Explanation. When stopped on the side of the road, be sure to turn on your vehicle's 4-way emergency flashers, especially during times of lowered visibility. Place warning devices within 10 minutes of being stopped. Question 27. A broken exhaust system can: Option A, let poisonous fumes into the cab. Option B, improve fuel efficiency. Option C, make steering more difficult. The correct answer is option A, let poisonous fumes into the cab. Explanation. Defects in an exhaust system are very dangerous because they can cause poisonous fumes to enter the cab or sleeper berth. Question 28. If you are being tailgated, you should: Option A, drive on the shoulder. Option B, allow the vehicle to pass. Option C, drive faster. The correct answer is option B, allow the vehicle to pass. Explanation. If someone is following you too closely, you should open up the space in front of your vehicle to make it easier for the tailgater to pass. Speeding up is counterproductive because the other driver may just continue tailgating you at the higher speed, only increasing the danger. Question 29. If feeling drowsy while driving, you should: Option A, press on and finish the trip. Option B, drive faster to reach your destination more quickly. Option C, safely leave the road and take a nap. The correct answer is option C, safely leave the road and take a nap. Explanation. If you begin to feel drowsy while driving, the best thing to do is to stop and get some sleep. A driver trying to push on and finish a trip while fatigued is a major cause of fatal accidents. Question 30. Interstate carriers must have what information affixed to the commercial motor vehicles in their fleet? Option A, trade name. Option B, width of the truck. Option C, length of the truck. The correct answer is option A, trade name. Explanation. Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations FMCSR require carriers to affix the legal name or single trade name to each CMV in their fleet. Question 31. Air storage tanks. Option A, are not allowed on a vehicle. Option B, hold compressed air for the brakes. Option C, should be drained of excess air after every trip. The correct answer is option B, hold compressed air for the brakes. Explanation. In an air brake system, the air storage tanks hold compressed air to be used by the brakes. The number and size of air tanks varies among vehicles. Question 32. If convicted of a traffic violation in your personal car, Option A, you must tell your employer. Option B, your CDL will not be affected. Option C, law enforcement will tell your employer. The correct answer is option A. You must tell your employer. Explanation. If you are convicted of any traffic violations while driving any vehicle, you must notify your employer within 30 days of the conviction. This rule excludes parking violations. Question 33. When alley docking, you should first. Option A, position your vehicle directly in front of the alley. Option B, back up directly in front of the alley. Option C, stop parallel to the outer boundary of the alley. The correct answer is option C, stop parallel to the outer boundary of the alley. Explanation. If you are asked to alley dock, you should first pull past the alley and stop your vehicle in a position that is parallel to the outer boundary. From there, you should back your vehicle entirely into the alley parking area. Your vehicle should be parked in a straight position within the boundaries of the parking space. Question 34. Anti-lock braking systems ABS. Option A, reduce a vehicle's normal braking capacity. Option B, are in addition to other braking systems and do not reduce a vehicle's braking power. Option C, are not effective on larger vehicles. The correct answer is option B, are in addition to other braking systems and do not reduce a vehicle's braking power. Explanation. If equipped, ABS is in addition to a vehicle's normal braking system and does not increase or decrease the braking power of any other system. ABS only activates when a vehicle's wheels are about to lock. Question 35. When transporting cargo, drivers must check the securement of the cargo every. Option A, 10 miles. Option B, 150 miles. Option C, 500 miles. The correct answer is option B, 150 miles. Explanation. The securement of cargo must be checked within the first 50 miles of a trip, and then again every 3 hours or 150 miles. Question 36. Stopping distance can be affected by Option A, driving speed. Option B, temperature. Option C, time of day. The correct answer is option A, driving speed. Explanation. Factors that can affect stopping distance include the vehicle's speed, its weight, and the traction provided by the road surface. Question 37. Scan the road blank ahead of your vehicle. Option A, 2 to 3 seconds. Option B, 5 to 6 seconds. Option C, 12 to 15 seconds. The correct answer is option C, 12 to 15 seconds. Explanation. Good drivers scan the road at least 12 to 15 seconds ahead of their vehicles. Looking ahead will allow you to identify and react to hazards before meeting them. Be sure to specifically look for vehicles that are coming onto the highway, entering into your lane, or turning. Question 38. Which of the following is true? Option A, it is safe to drive on a tire that is missing 1 or 2 lug nuts. Option B, a cracked lock ring on a rim is safe if you are not driving faster than 55 miles per hour. Option C, a missing clamp on a rim is dangerous and should be corrected. The correct answer is option C. A missing clamp on a rim is dangerous and should be corrected. Explanation. Missing clamps, spacers, studs, or lugs are dangerous, as are mismatched, bent, or cracked lock rings. Be sure your tires and rims are in good condition before operating your commercial motor vehicle. Question 39. What helps prevent wheel lockup when braking? Option A, an anti-lock braking system ABS. Option B, air brakes. Option C, an alternator. The correct answer is option A, an anti-lock braking system ABS. Explanation. The purpose of an anti-lock braking system ABS is to prevent wheel lockup while brakes are being applied. Question 40. When driving in hot weather, option A, the air pressure in tires will decrease. Option B, the engine oil can help to keep the engine cool. Option C, antifreeze is not important. The correct answer is option B. The engine oil can help to keep the engine cool. Explanation: because air pressure increases as air expands in the heat, it is important to monitor your tire pressure when driving in very hot weather. To prevent the engine from overheating, there must be an adequate amount of oil in the engine, as well as enough water and antifreeze in the cooling system. Antifreeze is helpful for the engine in both hot and cold weather. Question 41. Which of the following is not a type of retarder? Option A, exhaust. Option B, engine. Option C, air. The correct answer is option C, air. Explanation: retarders are mechanisms in some vehicles that help slow the vehicle and reduce the need for braking. The four basic types of retarders are exhaust, engine, hydraulic, and electric. Question 42. When experiencing cold weather, be sure to check your vehicle's alcohol evaporator. Option A, every 3 hours. Option B, every day. Option C, every other week. The correct answer is option B, every day. Explanation: an alcohol evaporator can help prevent ice from building up in an air brake system. In cold weather, the evaporator should be checked and refilled every day. Question 43. A pre-trip inspection. Option A, should be done in the same way every time. Option B, should be done differently every time. Option C, does not always need to include all items of concern. The correct answer is option A, should be done in the same way every time. Explanation: a pre-trip vehicle inspection should be done in the same way every time. Consistency will help a driver learn all of the proper steps and decrease the possibility of the driver forgetting to inspect something. Question 44. When taking the basic vehicle control skills test, failing to exit your vehicle properly during any exercise will result in option A, failure of only that exercise. Option B, an extra point against your final score. Option C, automatic failure of the basic vehicle control skills test. The correct answer is option C, automatic failure of the basic vehicle control skills test. Explanation: when exiting your vehicle during the basic vehicle control skills test, you must face the vehicle and maintain 3 points of contact at all times. If your testing vehicle is a bus, you must maintain contact with the handrail. Exiting the vehicle incorrectly may result in automatic failure of the basic control skills test. Question 45. Texting while driving should: option A, only be done on straightaways. Option B, only be done in curves. Option C, not be done. The correct answer is option C, not be done. Explanation: texting while driving is a dangerous distraction and is prohibited at all times when operating a CMB. Question 46. Shortly after a tire has been changed, you should: option A, stop to make sure the lug nuts are still tight. Option B, repair the brakes. Option C, deflate the tire to 10 psi. The correct answer is option A, stop to make sure the lug nuts are still tight. Explanation: after a tire has been changed, you should stop a short while later to recheck the tightness of the lug nuts. Question 47. When operating a vehicle with a dual air brake system, the driver should: option A, let the vehicle warm up before driving to ensure that the fuel reaches the engine. Option B, let the air compressor build up a minimum of 100 psi pressure in the primary and secondary systems before driving. Option C, begin driving just after the vehicle starts. The correct answer is option B, Let the air compressor build up a minimum of 100 psi pressure in the primary and secondary systems before driving. Explanation. Before driving a vehicle with a dual air brake system, allow time for the air compressor to build up a minimum of 100 psi pressure in both the primary and secondary systems. Watch the air pressure gauges to monitor the pressure levels. Question 48. The leakage rate for a triple combination vehicle with air brakes should be no more than blank in 1 minute during a static leakage test. Option A, 8 psi. Option B, 5 psi. Option C, 3 psi. The correct answer is option B, 5 psi. Explanation. When performing a static leakage test on a triple combination vehicle with air brakes, the leakage rate should be no more than 5 psi in 1 minute. If the air leaks from the air brake system at a quicker rate, the vehicle should not be driven because something likely needs to be repaired. Question 49. When exiting a vehicle, it is important to maintain blank with your vehicle at all times. Option A, 3 points of contact. Option B, 4 points of contact. Option C, 2 points of contact. The correct answer is option A, 3 points of contact. Explanation. As you exit your vehicle during the basic vehicle control skills test, you must face the vehicle and maintain 3 points of contact at all times. If your testing vehicle is a bus, you must maintain contact with the handrail. Exiting the vehicle incorrectly may result in automatic failure of the basic control skills test. Question 50. If you must leave the roadway and drive on the shoulder in an emergency situation, you should. Option A, brake as hard as possible. Option B, get both sets of wheels onto the shoulder. Option C, stay on the shoulder until your vehicle has stopped, if possible. The correct answer is option C, stay on the shoulder until your vehicle has stopped, if possible. Explanation. If you must drive onto the shoulder to avoid a hazard, stay on it until you come to a stop, then signal, check your mirrors, and merge back into traffic. Avoid braking on the shoulder at speeds higher than about 20 miles per hour. To help maintain control, always keep one set of wheels on the pavement if possible.